Hey everyone, today I'm sharing 5 great diverse Christmas picture books, and this video is part of a collaboration hosted by Rachel from 7 in All, and there are several of us ladies sharing different Christmas book themes, so be sure to check out the other videos in this collaboration by clicking the playlist link down below in the Dropbox. Also, it will be at the very end of this video. So if you are new and coming from any of the other channels, please say hello in the comments. I would love to say hello back. And let's go ahead and just talk about these 5 Christmas books that I have for you today. The first book that I'm sharing with you is diverse, but not in the same way as the other books that I'll be sharing. And that is because this is a book about money diversity. And Christmas is a great time to remind the kids that not everyone has a Christmas tree with a large amount of presents underneath, and that is why I want to share with you The Santa Thief by Elaine Adams. Now, this book is about a boy growing up during the 1920s. As we know, the 1920s were a fickle time with bad money practices and other situations that caused the Great Depression. And the boy, Georgie, is looking forward to Christmas and hoping for a specific gift under the tree, but he finds himself to not be in the Christmas mood after being told that he would not be getting the present he wanted. And over the night of Christmas Eve, Georgie comes up with an idea to save Christmas in the spirit of giving and caring, even though he would not be getting the gift that he longed for. So I won't give away the ending of the story, but I will say that it is a very touching story as Georgie considers his family over himself, and the book opens a lot of room for conversation on the history of the 1920s and giving and kindness, thoughtfulness, and awareness that not every family can afford Christmas gifts. This is probably a good time to say that if you can't afford all 5 books but would love to read them, I do believe each book is available as a read aloud for free on YouTube, and I will link those videos below this video in the Dropbox so that you can watch them later on during your Christmas read alouds. Now, the next book is called Christmas in Lagos, and it's by Sharon Ambibola Salu. Lagos is a city in Nigeria, Africa, and Ranti is the main character, and she's a young school-aged girl who goes to school to hear all the cool places that her fellow classmates will be going over the Christmas break. And Ranti feels awkward to share that she wasn't doing anything special and would be staying home in Lagos. So Ranti's teacher explains to her that Christmas in Lagos is still very special and assigns her to write a journal entry of everything that happens while staying home during the Christmas break. And in her journal entries, she shares all the wonderful moments that she finds in everyday life during the Christmas season in her own town. This book offers so many great rabbit trails for things like geography, Nigerian food and holidays, weather in other parts of the world during Christmas, and so much more. And the third book that I'm sharing with you is A World of Cookies for Santa by M.E. Furman. And I absolutely love how this book gives you a small glimpse into so many places in the world and shares different Christmas cookies, or more like different foods, to be honest. It shares the foods that the people leave for Santa to eat, and you will see each country's version of Santa and how he leaves gifts. Some of the countries even share unique customs and ways of life that we may not be aware of, especially being here in the United States, where our borders are only connected to a few countries. If you're watching this from somewhere else, you may be more used to like various customs due to your borders and what you are exposed to. You can follow this book up with like picking up some of the foods in the book and finding recipes to create them, and do a taste test or leave them out for Santa. And in fact, you will find a few of the recipes at the very end of this book on the last few pages. And this book is probably my favorite of all the 5 that I'm sharing today because I really love how much exposure and conversation you can get out of it. Next is Grace at Christmas by Mary Hoffman, and this story leaves the assumption that the characters are African immigrants, but I can't say that for sure. Grace is a young girl who loves her Christmas traditions just the way that they are, but one Christmas when family friends couldn't get a flight back to Trinidad, she must adjust to having a few extra guests interrupting her Christmas plans, and she isn't happy about the changes, but comes to understand the importance of being flexible to the guests for Christmas. And the characters find they have a common pain point, which is both of their parents, their fathers are abroad. One is somewhere in Africa, the other one is specifically in Trinidad, and that's a common pain point they connect over. And Grace chooses to expand her usual traditions to let the guests partake in the events. And this is a beautiful story showing how far a little consideration can go, especially during the holidays when many people need just some help and community. And the final book that I want to share with you is Many Tamales by Gary Soto. And this is a cute, humorous story about a little girl named Maria who is helping her mother make tamales for a party during the Christmas season. And her mother has a beautiful ring that she takes off while making the dough. And when Maria's mother leaves the kitchen for a moment, she plays with the ring and soon forgets about it and accidentally drops it into the dough, or as they call it in the book, the masa. A few hours later, Maria suddenly remembers the ring that went into the food and was then completely cooked and the food was made. And she and her guest cousins eat every single tamale, hoping to find the ring present in one of the tamales, only to realize that she will have to fess up to her mother about the ring disappearing in the food. And this is a great book to introduce conversation of Latin food and holiday customs. And beyond that, there is just a very adorable story to read, and I'm sure that your kids will love this book. All right, don't forget to check out the other ladies by clicking the video up here on the top. And if you're new here and would like to see more about our style of homeschooling, click the video on the bottom, and I will see you over there. Have fun homeschooling.